Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's the movie where Superman snaps Zod's neck. Man of Steel introduces Krypton right out of the gate. Jor-El worries that the planet is about to go kaboom. So he places his baby son Kal-El in a spaceship and says, "Hope you survive out in space, Junior." For his troubles, Jor-El gets slain by the scheming General Zod. Anyone else getting Mufasa and Scar vibes right around now? Okay, maybe it's just me. Anyway, Kal-El's spaceship is safer than traffic in New York, so it crash lands in Smallville, where Jonathan and Martha Kent take in this alien baby instead of calling ICE. They call him Clark as we see his early years unfold. The poor kid gets bullied because other children are general a-holes, but instead of punching holes through their chests, he's encouraged to restrain his powers by Jonathan. Clark doesn't listen all the time as he saves his fellow classmates from drowning. However, there's one time when he should defy his dad's wishes, but he doesn't. It's when there's a tornado and Jonathan gets caught in it. As Clark is about to jump into action, Jonathan shakes his head. He's ready to go. Maybe he hated Martha's cooking, who knows. Flash forward to modern times, the nosy reporter Lois Lane does groundwork and snoops around a Kryptonian ship because obviously the Daily Planet hasn't replaced her with AI yet. On the ship, Clark finds out about who he really is, discovering his link to Krypton and Jor-El. He puts on the suit and goes flying because hey, when you're an alien with godlike powers, you best make use of it. Lois follows Clark back to Smallville, pondering if she should expose who he really is. Once she finds out more about him and realizes that he probably could laser her eyes out of the back of her head, she decides against it. It gets even more dramatic from here, as General Zod and his goons make it out of the Phantom Zone. To cut a long story short, they were imprisoned there after they betrayed Krypton. Obviously, it isn't a very secure place since they always escape regardless of what movie it is in. Zod's plan is to use his evil machine to turn Earth into the new Krypton because there's no place like home, right? Zod captures Clark and Lois, bringing them onto his ship. He plans to do some real World War II nonsense where he extracts Clark's genes to create pure Kryptonians. Yet, Clark and Lois escape. Of course, the military is about as useful as a pair of socks in the shower, as they only come right when Clark guides them. From there, the military manages to send Zod's goons to the Phantom Zone again, where they'll probably escape from in a not too distant future. And this leaves Zod to Clark. So you think maybe they talk it over or reminisce about the good old days of Krypton that Clark probably saw for a few days, but no. But they slug it out, destroying buildings, towns, and other people in the process. Hey, it isn't their fault if people don't get out of the way. They're like two bros at a club arguing about a goal and everyone is collateral damaging them. Ultimately, Clark manages to put Zod in a sleeper hold and tells him to say uncle. Zod refuses, instead aiming his laser beams at innocents. Well, Clark isn't feeling good about this, having already forgotten that between him and Zod, they probably brought down the world's population by about 10%. So in anguish, he does the only thing he can do. He snaps Zod's head around, allowing him to cosplay as Regan from The Exorcist. No one arrests Clark for murder though, probably because they hate his Zod too. So he's allowed to continue under the name of Superman, just as long as he doesn't upset the government. Clark also gets a new gig. He's now a journalist at Daily Planet. That's cool. Hopefully he does a lot of listicles and clickbait in his time there since this was his last solo film. So yeah, rest in peace to Henry Cavill's Superman and the Snyderverse.